AHAVA blessings and welcome to this Desert Rose Oracle reading for the full moon in Aquarius. It's just absolutely amazing that we're already in this portal, this Lionsgate portal in 2023, and we're already into the second half of the year. And so the reading is quite powerful. The cards that have come up, I was meditating and really going within before we chose these cards. So let's just chant AHAVA 3 times together, which means love and service, love and action, uniting heaven and earth in the heart center. Very connected to actually a lot of the cards that we have chosen, especially, well, no, really all of them, especially the first 2. So we've got this full moon in Aquarius. The sun is in Leo, right? And this is a very interesting bridge. This polarity is very powerful because as we are in the age of Aquarius, we really are in the age of Aquarius Leo, because when we move too much into the shadow of an age, we need to go to the polarity, because the polarity is always contained within, right? So Leo is contained within Aquarius, and that is what keeps Aquarius balanced. And Aquarius is contained within Leo, which is what keeps Leo balanced. The same thing, masculine, feminine, and all polarities. And the same with all of the zodiacal frequencies and their polarities. And so I just love when the full moon or the new moon is in Aquarius, because this is the zodiacal frequency that is connected to Sarataman, right? The Christ, the child of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. And on the day, on the first day of the full moon, on the 1st of August, the Saratamar Blue Rose Healing Course is accessible, is released. So I'm really excited that it will be released on the full moon in Aquarius. And so every time we have this energy of Aquarius, and remember to look into your chart to know exactly where Aquarius is in your house systems, because this is the house that is being amplified by the full moon with the energies of Aquarius. So we're being infused, we're being bathed with this energy. And this is a great time to remember that while new moons are the inner world, right, and the blank canvas, and that is where we begin to seed and where we start the new cycle. By the way, we are in the month of Av, the month of Leo. At the same time, the full moon is the outer world, right? What is being affected in the outer world. And we need to also remember that when there is a full moon, there is a Kundalini activation. So our serpent energy becomes really active. And for this reason, sometimes it's difficult to sleep. Sometimes we have a lot of energy. So the serpent energy, the Kundalini, is activated. And remember, Aquarius is all about how to do things differently. And, you know, on this beautiful full moon in Aquarius, Venus being retrograde in Leo, that is powerful within itself, right? Because all of the aspects of Venus, which are abundance, creativity, divine union, beauty, and the mystical, the higher aspect is the light of creation. All of this is looking at us in the mirror, right? It's these aspects are really looking at us and saying, okay, how do you feel about your divine union? How do you feel your unity, right? How do you feel about your abundance? How do you feel about creativity? How do you feel about the light of creation and beauty? What is beauty? How is beauty manifested in our lives? So I really enjoy when planets are retrograde because I feel like they're looking at me and they're asking me questions. And all of the aspects that they represent are actually looking at us. And so when we have this energy of Aquarius, Aquarius is a very, very fast energy. It is an air energy. It is about technology. It is about new ideas. It is about innovation. So look at that area in your house where you have Aquarius, and maybe that area needs some innovation. And if you don't know how to use the house systems, any part of our life could use innovation, could use fresh ideas. And the message that I'm really receiving as well is, how can we do things differently if we are stagnant in our life, right? And this is always something we can ask ourselves. We can always invoke the presence of a zodiacal frequency. According to the Book of Formation by the patriarch Abraham, the Aramaic letters created the planets and the zodiacal frequency. So they're living, they are alive, and they're working with us. And so on this full moon, the reading is really, really powerful. And so we can bring in that Aquarius energy and just have the vision of the water bearer, of a water that is being poured, an activation that is happening from the galactic realm, from the heavenly realm, from the light, just being poured into us. And remember that the full moon brings light to something that we cannot see, helps us release, liberate, and at the same time activates us. And so I have done the Dalit reading, and Dalit is the fourth letter of the Aramaic Hebrew alphabet, and Dalit means door. It is a doorway. It also means initiation. It also means to be emptied, right? And so in the Dalit reading, we choose 4 cards, and each card has a meaning. And the reading we have is really, really powerful. So the first card is Ima Ila, and you can take a look at Ima Ila. One of my favorite cards, well, all of them are really. And Ima Ila she is the eternal feminine. She is the Shekhinah, she is El Shaddai, she is the cosmic womb, she is the cosmic mother, she is the Black Madonna, she is the Black Light. She existed before existence. And so the first card represents the doorway. And this is the door that this full moon is asking us to open. And it is about our true cosmic essence, the soul essence. Every time we connect with Ima Ila, the message is go back, go within, go deep, deep, deep until you find that point that isn't exactly what we think it is. We think, oh yeah, I found myself. No, that point where you realize, where we realize that we are infinity, totally infinity. And we go back into that place of truth, that place that exists before anything else existed. And so when we work with Ima Ila, this is very powerful because the doorway, the door that is waiting for us to open is about really going deep into who we are, right? And I like this Aquarius energy because when we combine it with the first card, it is about being a rebel, right? It is about saying no to certain conditionings, right? To certain programs. And so it's about releasing all of those false ideas and say, no, the door that is being presented to me that I need to open is access to my truth. And this is the essence of Ima Ila because she is the beginning. So what is the beginning of our soul, right? And not just the beginning of where we come from, that infinite space of creation, but that moment that we incarnated here. right? That moment we came, there's an Aramaic letter which is kuf, and that Aramaic Hebrew letter is the moment we decide to come here on earth. And so we are being asked to do away with all of that conditioning and separation and confusion and connect with our truth. This is the door. We're given an opportunity to open that door. And so the second card, and I love this one too, is the Prophetess Medium. And the second card is about the threshold, which means what is blocking us? What is blocking us to access our infinity? You know, when we access our infinity, we are confident. We know that true abundance is not external, it is internal. Because true abundance is our ability to create. True abundance is the creation codes that we are carrying within, and when we know how to use them. And so, what is the block? So, the Prophetess Medium comes with a message of awakening. And we know that she was a priestess of Hathor, priestess of sacred sound, of the voice, of drumming, of frame drumming, and of sacred dance. And this is how she would bring down the Rucha, the Koodsha, the Holy Spirit, right? They would be in a circle drumming and doing beautiful sacred dance, chanting in Aramaic and light language in Hebrew, and they would bring down the Rucha, the Koodsha. And so her ultimate message, remember she is the sister of Moses and the high priest Aaron. Her message is about the voice. And there is something that we need to release in our voice, something that we are not saying, and also the voice of the soul, the true expression of who we are. And so the block is, are we expressing ourselves with creativity? Are we using creativity to truly access the essence that will take us to live that life of abundance, to live that life of birthing our creations, of birthing our relationships, of attracting the goodness that we inherently are. So what is that block? And when I say block, it doesn't have to be something strong. It could be something like a gift that we have access to, but we're not using. So there is something stagnant in our creativity. So we can ask ourselves, what is stagnant? And I always say this, and I probably have said this in these other readings, it's very important to take a look at all of the categories in our life to see where the energy isn't flowing. And if that energy isn't flowing in that one category of our life, that is affecting the other categories. And so what is the block with our creativity? What is the block with our voice? Right? What is the block with the true sound of our soul? So Prophetess Medium is asking us to take that creativity, to be able to transcend and go to open that door to Ima-Ila. Very powerful. And so the third card that we have received in this Desert Rose reading for the full moon in Aquarius is Light Conception. Love this card. This is a beautiful, beautiful card as well. And Light Conception, well, this card represents the key, okay? And the key is the gift, the tool that we can use to transcend the block and open the door. It's the key to open the door. And so Light Conception is about purification. And it is that connection to Venus, right? The ability to contain the light of creation, which is purity. And so this card is telling us to purify our thoughts that can lead to stagnant energies, to purify our bodies. And so what I'm receiving right now with this card of Light Conception, connected to Sarah Tamar as well, as she was conceived through the light, is that on this full moon, we need to take time to go out into nature and allow the sun to purify as well, because, you know, we are in this lion's gate, and this lion's gate where Sirius, Orion, and the sun are all aligned in the sky is really bringing down a lot of light codes and a lot of activations, solar activations and highlight activations. So taking time to be outside, to be in nature, and to be in meditation is a very potent way of purification. Remember that purification is not just fasting in food, it's fasting in what we do normally, right? And so when we take our time to meditate, to walk mindfully in nature, to open up, to receive the light codes, this is fasting as well, because we're moving away from what we usually do, right? Maybe it's a potent time. Let me just move this little ant here. Maybe it's a potent time as well to do a little fasting from technology, right? From our phones, from our computers, even if it's a day, and just purify so that our energy is amplified and clearer, so we can understand how to transcend and how to use the power of creation and creativity and our voice to open that doorway into our essence, into our infinity. Beautiful. And so the fourth card of our Desert Rose Oracle reading is Sarai, the Matriarch. And this is a really, really, really beautiful card, because Sarai the Matriarch was the wife of Abraham, right? The first patriarch. And it is said that Abraham and Sarai were not from here. They were from the other side, right? They were actually from the other side. AHAVA, where the word Hebrew comes from, means from the other side, from the light, from the heavens. And she gave birth when she was 90, right? She spent practically a big part of her life longing to have a child, and she had faith, she was patient, she had the child when she was 90. It is said that she never aged, she went straight up into the heavens, right? Just like Mother Mary and the prophetess Miriam, and that she was also a priestess of Hathor. And so if we look at the card, look at the colors, those browns, which are all about grounding, this card represents the gift that we are given when we are presented with the door, right? The Ima Ila that we need to open. We've got the prophetess Miriam reminding us that we need to use our creativity and our voice. Our key is our purification so that we can see clearly. And so the gift is the grounding of something new. Now, this is a full moon, it's not a new moon, so we're not really planting intentions yet. I really feel that what I'm receiving is that which we have been wanting to manifest, longing to manifest and create, and we've been trying so hard, is going to happen. And this is Sarai the Matriarch giving us this faith in this moment. This will happen. It's happening. And we are also again in this solar portal of the Lion's Gate. And so if we dare to use our voice and our creativity and transcend the blocks, right? And really purify, come with a very clear mind, a very clear heart, very open heart, we have the ability to go into the Ima Ila, into our infinity, and bring down that which we have been wanting to manifest and birth for so long. There's a very powerful portal, and many of our gifts, our desires, what we have been longing for a very long time, will be manifest. And this is the message I'm powerfully receiving right now from Sarai the Matriarch. Beautiful. And so we are going to, there's so many different mantras that we can read in Aramaic because each card has an Aramaic mantra. And we're actually going to use Rucha de Koodsha because Rucha de Koodsha is for light conception, but it's really connected to the Ima'ila as well, definitely to the prophetess medium, right? And again, to Sarai, the matriarch. So we're going to chant Rucha de Koodsha a few times together. And as I'm just covering my head to chant the holy name of the Holy Spirit, the Divine Feminine Presence, I love reading your comments. Feel free to comment, to ask, as I see this as a beautiful community for sharing. blessed full moon in Aquarius, and I have left below a link for a beautiful celestial movement practice, because I really feel that this Lionsgate, this full moon, is giving us as well a very powerful healing of the heart. And it is to my song Inana Asuyot Leba in Aramaic, which is all about healing the heart. So thank you so much, and have a beautiful, beautiful full moon and a beautiful week ahead. AHAVA.